come for our second presentation based on the international project of capacity development of the ECCD Teachers in South Asia program. We are going to focus on lecture 4 presented by Nathya Jain ma'am. Next slide, please. Our group consists of 4 members, Dilshad Siddiq, Tulangi Dahanayaka, Vimuri Nugegada, and Fatima Shazna Rafi. Next slide, please. In Module 1, Lecture 4, we are looking at STEAM education in early childhood education and the integration of science in early childhood education. Next slide, please. The lectures were hosted by Mrs. Nathya Jain. She was from the headmistress of Arunjan Manmul Jain, Chennai school. She hosted all the lectures and we are now as her students presenting the 4th lecture. Next slide, please. Objectives of the lesson. We are looking at science for young children. What is science in early years? Where is science in early years? Types of science. Introduction of science. Teaching science to toddlers. Think and reply. Expected learning outcomes. Science talk. Activity ideas. 4 strategies of science talk and useful resources for teaching science in early childhood. Next slide, please. Science for young children. Science is a way of thinking and acting. It encourages curiosity, exploration, and discovery. Adults can help by guiding children's interests. Science is not just a body of knowledge. It is a way of thinking and acting. Especially science in early childhood education is not about memorizing facts. It's about fostering a love for exploration and discovering the world around them. It involves hands-on exploration, observation, experimentation. Here we can see some pictures of children enjoying science experiments. Next slide, please. Science experiments for young children encourages children to feel their environment, to get to know the natural curiosity that they have and answer the questions that they might want to ask. Children have lots of questions. So answering those questions, like where do plants come from? How does a plant grow? So a simple experiment, like in the second picture here, can help children to understand the root system, what a plant needs to grow, how can you nurture it, what are the things that you can use to fertilize it to grow better. Things like that can help children to answer their questions and also think ahead. Next slide, please. What is science? Science, like I said, is not just a body of knowledge. It is a way of thinking. Science learning at any age involves curiosity, exploration, and discovery. These come naturally to most infants and toddlers. Adults can help young children find answers to their questions and discover more about things that interest them. Next slide, please. Here we are looking at the types of science. There are many types of science. The first is the human body. We are looking at biology. What is the human body made of? The sensors, the interior of the body, the internal organs, the external organs. So these things are things that we can start with for the children. So it's a very good starting point to step into science. The second topic is plants. Here we can talk about the different types of plants, shrubs, trees, creepers. Also, we can talk about what we get from plants like fruits, vegetables, and categorize them and move on from there. The third topic is animals. Here we are looking into zoology. So we can characterize the animals, mammals, and also we can characterize them on depending on what they eat. carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores. We can also go to wild animals, farm animals, pet animals, and take topics that are interesting to children and work from there. Topic 4 is environment. Environment is very important in today's world because we need to be very conscious of how humans are affecting the environment. Environment science looks at things like global warming, how we can reduce our impact and reduce our carbon footprint. Children can find ways to use less polythene, how to dispose of them correctly. Those things can be taught in the fourth topic. Fifth topic looks at space. Here we can talk about the solar system, the atmosphere, the planets, and children get an understanding of not only the Earth but further out there as well. Sixth topic is social sciences. This is about how we react in our society. We can look into the aspects of civics, politics, and also just a very small social network within the classroom is a point where we can start from. Topic 7, nutrition and health. This is very important for children because we are talking about food and what a child should eat and what they shouldn't. So understanding this at a young age helps them build a strong foundation for a healthy future as well. Topic 8, illness and cure. We are looking into how illness comes about and ways to cure it. For example, we can talk about simple home remedies, what you can do to prevent illness and also how to cure those things. Topic 9 is nature, something that children are very curious about and it is all around them. So we can always talk about the natural aspects around them. But this also helps us to move towards the divine and the spiritual aspects as well. Then moving on to topic 10, the pancha materials. We all consists of air, water, fire, earth, and sky. There needs to be a consistent balance between these five elements in the world around us as well as within us. For example, if there is too much fire and the body is heating up, we may get lots of headaches all the time. Or sometimes, if you have too much water, you will have joint pains. So, children need to understand that they are consisting of these five elements and how to balance it as well. Thank you. Over to you, Shazna.
Thank you, Emery. So, what is science in early years? Science is a foundation stage is covered in the understanding the world in EYFS curricula. It encourages every child to explore, observe, and solve problems and predict. Encourage again, it says encourage decision making skills and then encourage the world around them. So, when it comes for science for early years, we can say it develops the child's curiosity and it develops the child's desire to learn, explore, and then we can say the experiment skill of the child. And then again, this using this curiosity, development, and desire, it strengthens the child's problem solving skills and analytical skills. So it encourages the children to ask questions like how things work and how develop an understanding in their environment. And when it comes for where is science? Yes, as we know, everywhere, everywhere. The science is everywhere. It's in the air we breathe, it's in the food we eat, it's in the nature. So it need to be accessible and engaging for the for children so that kids can get fully involved. So as we know, science from the birth, where they till they grow up and they come to school, the science is everywhere. So here they can see it shows the nature tree. So children are making a nature tree out of umbrella. So again, science is like a role play of a doctor, visiting a doctor. Yes, that involves the science. Visiting to a grocery. Yes, it involves in STEAM education. It involves science. So science is everywhere from the food we eat, has it with the air we breathe, and the nature, I mean the surrounding of us. Now, when it comes to the next topic, introduction of science. leads lifelong discovery, supports attention and curiosity. Again, as I said, problem solving skill, links to develop the domains of school readiness, and leads the children to gather information, discovery, persistence, and memory. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, teaches science to toddlers 4 to 5 years, so toddlers how to teach science, because for more people science is a least favorite subject. Why is people science? So how can we teach toddlers the science very interesting way? So science is a subject that mostly it's very difficult to understand to others. That means to teach others, it's very difficult. So how can make this subject in interesting way to young children in our early childhood development centers? Can you just next slide, please? Yeah, making science fun. Science should be interesting and hands-on and use early standards, and science should be fun but not complicated. If it is very complex, science will be boring for these toddlers. Next slide, please. Yeah. Preschool science teaching 3 to 6 years. How to teach these science subject for 3 to 6 years small kids. Early exposure to science and nature shape toddlers. Nature help toddlers to learn to find question for questioning, and it is also learned through play. Learn through play in early childhood, and also children like to observe in natural phenomena. They like to investigate, they like to explore, they like to discover in natural surrounding. About the thunder, about the rain, about the seasons, rainbows, human body. They like very much to explore, investigate, and ask questions. So these things can make these children to develop their critical thinking and other multiple intelligence. And also it encourage asking question and explorations, and build foundation of knowledge and skills through science.
Thank you, Dilshad. So, as a teacher, we should always think when we are applying a science lesson to in our classroom. As a teacher, we should know. As a teacher, I'm saying in the perspective of the child, and as a teacher, we should know, like, do you like science? So, as a teacher, do we like science? And the child likes it. How often do you plan science activities in the classroom? So, according to your lesson plan, weekly lesson plan, we have to plan how often, as a teacher, we should know how often we are planning activities based on the science. What do children enjoy most in the classroom? So that means, like, when we are applying a science lesson in our classroom, what most of the children they like. So what kind of activities they like? Is it kind of a role play, or is it like a play based learning method? So we can say, is it an inquiry method? So what kind of learning style they like in the classroom? How do you teach care for the environment? So as a teacher, that is also we should know. And how do you support the sensory development of the son? Now, according to the plan, lesson plan, using science, as a teacher, we should know how do we develop the sensory development of a child, and what is your science area. So that is also you should know, and how can you improve. So, like, what is your science element? What kind of a knowledge science do we have as a teacher, and how can we improve it? Maybe sometimes we don't have a very good knowledge about science, but as a teacher, we can, before we prepare a lesson, we can uh, plan before, and then we can improve the science skill of as a teacher. Thank you.
These are science-based lesson plan. How to design a lesson plan for these small kids or toddlers, 3 to 6 years children. So we can take a topic like plants, animals, or water, rain, any topic, and we can make a nice lesson plan, dividing the topic into subtopics for 5 days. Monday, for example, plants, when we take plants, flowering, non-flowering plants, otherwise branched, unbranched plants, or fruits and vegetables. Like that, we can divide the subtopics each and every day and make a very beautiful lesson plan to teach these children about science. You can see in the first picture, they do they make gases to inflate a balloon. And the second picture you can see it's problem solving or critical thinking. It's a role play of a doctor and a patient. And the other picture when we say they are exploring the surrounding. So that different topics when we take, we can make a very beautiful lesson plan through these things, through these subtopics to have an all round discovery, exploration, investigation, critical thinking, everything together, we can make a very beautiful lesson plan. Next slide, please. Yeah, science talk examples. Nathia G. Madam says about the science talk. What is science talk? She says you take the real classroom conversation about the natural phenomena, about rain, thunder, plant, everything, anything. Take and just have a natural conversation about science in the classroom. So she says a story about leaf color change. In her story, the teacher and the child, there is a conversation. The child says, during autumn, the leaf change its color during autumn because it's cold. Then the teacher asks, why do you say so? Why do you say? Now, when we say the leaf change the color because of cold, that's observation by the child. Then the teacher asks, why do you say so? Questioning. And the child says, no, when it is cold, it's where it changes its color because it knows that's cold. Then the teacher reminds her, can you remember we did a lesson of need of plants? Then she says, yes, we can remember. There, what the teacher says, teacher answers, what need plants to grow or to live? She says sunlight and water. Then the teacher comes to the topic. She says during autumn it is very cold, so that there is no sunlight. Because of no sunlight, the leaves cannot make food. So the leaves change its color and falls down to prepare for winter. So a very nice conversation taught the child about the photosynthesis. Without saying photosynthesis, the teacher explains how the leaves make food, and if there is no sunlight, what happens to the leaves. Next slide, please. Yeah, so when we take the science talk, there are 4 strategies we can implement in science talk. Normal conversation in the classroom. Through conversation in the classroom, we can teach science in a very best way, it seems. So Natya Ji Madam says about four strategies, otherwise 4 methods. The first one is modeling descriptive words. The second one is activate prior knowledge. The third one is asking open-ended question. And the fourth one is ideas child-friendly definition. So when we take in detail, when we take using child-friendly definitions, modeling descriptive words, we'll take first modeling descriptive words, the first strategy. Next slide, please. Yeah, when we take modeling descriptive words, the teacher uses describing the things about science in a normal conversation. For example, when she takes a rock, she says the rock is sharp, the rock is smooth, the rock is heavy. Like that, we can tell descriptive things. This leaf is pointed, the leaf is heart shaped. So when we take like that, the other children also with the teacher, they start to observe, and they find descriptive words to describe their findings in a very beautiful way. So Nathia Madam gives another story here. The teacher takes a box of different types of seeds, and she takes one pumpkin seed and explain, see this seed, this is flat, and when it baked we can eat. So like that, when she says, the other children in her classroom, they pick the seeds, and also they describe these seeds in their way. So descriptive words is a very good strategy to teach science in toddlers. Next slide, please. activating prior knowledge. Here, what we have to do, the earlier lessons, the earlier knowledge we can use to to teach the next one. For example, the teacher can say about the seeds earlier lesson, and then she can come to the other point about the life cycle of a seed. How do plants grow? How do seeds go into plant? Have you ever seen the seeds go into plants? Can you remember what we did in seeds, sizes, shapes? Can you remember that? Like that, we can take the prior knowledge and use these ideas and make the science very interesting way to teach them the next lesson. Next slide, please. Yeah, asking open-ended question. Here what we have to do is we have to ask WH questions. Why, what, where, when, how. Like that, when we ask WH questions, these stimulate their critical thinking and encourage prediction and testing. They fail to test, experiment, and clarify misconception. For example, earlier we told about the leaf color change. The child thinks because of the cold, the leaf change its color. So it clarifies from the teacher's explanation. And we can ask many questions about from WH question. How do you know the seeds is a living thing? What do you think what will happen if the plant a plant of this seed? How it grows? How a caterpillar turns into butterfly? Like that, different WH questions we can ask and make the child to explore the world and investigate. Over to you, Dulanji. Dulanji, are you there?
Thank you, Tisha. Using child-friendly definitions, actually, this is, we have in science much more complex concepts, but child is 3 to 5 years. Child must understand these concepts very perfectly. So the thing that we must do is simplify new concepts linked to observable experiences. In the sense, simplify in the sense you need to use a small, simple language to describe what is the meaning of this word and concepts. And the other thing is observable experiences. You have to give interactive sessions. You have to have continuous talking with your child. And you're going to explain the words with a very simple language with very observable experiences. Reinforce through hands-on activities using child-friendly definitions. That means hands-on activities in the sense actively engaging interactive sessions. So Mrs. Dyers, if you take the lecture 4, you can remember Mrs. Dyer's conversation, how she's going to explain about the germination. Actually, the germination word, she just not directly talk to the children, because children can't understand the word germination, but she's little by little, slowly, happily, she involved the kids to understand what is the meaning of germination. If you can remember the little girl Emma, when she carefully see the seeds through a magnifying glass, the seeds will come, then seeds will crack and the leaf will come. The baby leaf is coming out of the seed, she said. So likewise, you're going to develop the scenario, the simply, you can use simplest words and simplest language to explain the complex situations and complex definitions. That next slide, please. Yeah, child-friendly definitions. The It's like same as germination, photosynthesis. This particular word is also teacher is going to explain how a plant eats using sunlight. It is the simplest language and very child-friendly technique. A teacher is saying that the leaves are like little kitchens making food from sunshine. Look at the way she talked to children. It is very child friendly. And the other word you can see from the activities that we have done at MFA Montessori as well. The roots are like straws that drink water from the ground. We have practically done that. In the future slides, you can see the activities that we have done to introduce this word. And teacher shows a plant with roots and let children touch and explore and everything. This is the exact way to use child friendly definitions to small kids. Next slide, please. Expected learning outcomes from the science, understanding the nature world, natural world of science, predict and inquire. This helps children to develop multiple intelligence by inquiry-based learning. Actually, STEAM is inquiry-based learning. So why water evaporates, what cause disease, how do machines work, likewise, and observe objects and events and think what might happen. So foster curiosity and positive attitudes as well. Next slide, please. Now we are moving to the science activity ideas. These are all practical activities that we can do at our preschools. Most commonly, we used build music walls and sensory tables by using waste materials and some kind of low cost materials. You can definitely, I think each and every preschool has sensory tables into different themes. And when you take the water experiments I have done at Montessori, MFA Montessori, we have done water experiments like high and low color contrast. You can see the blue shades over here. From the lightest to dark, we created high and low color contrast with the water experiments. And also I want you to see the seeds observation and the nature exploration activity that we have done at MFA Montessori Biagama. We took radish seeds and we planted, and children saw little by little the plant will grow, how the plant is going to come up, and plant is growing. Then after that we even we took the production, the cultivation also. We took radish, and we even gave children to experience food making experience, actually cooking experience as well. We cooked the radish, we washed, and like we peel and we cooked the radish and we made the dishes. So then from the whole process, children can get use of interactively engaging with these activities and get to know about uh, the seeds observation, from the seeds observation to the complex concepts. So this is a wonderful, very interactive activities that we have done practically. Next slide, please. This is we can have so many activities according to the types of science. We can have various kinds of activities, but in here we are giving very little amount of activities because the time is very limited. So in this slide you can see how to make a rainbow in 3 approaches. Actually, first approach you can see from with folding a tissue paper. We wrote some rainbow colors from a platinum and we dip into water cups. Then the rainbow will goes up and it develops. It's a very beautiful activity to make a rainbow. And the other one, it shows how the density rainbow, we use salt and 4 colors, red, yellow, green, blue, and we put 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoon, 3 teaspoons, and 4 teaspoons of salt, and we made the density, and we had a beautiful rainbow over here. And also we have the third approach that we made a rainbow is so bubble rainbow approach. Actually, we took a waste bottle, the upper part of the bottle, and we cut it and we wrap it from a tissue paper and we rubber band it, and we made the bubble solution, so bubble solution as well, with a little bit of sugar, and it creates a beautiful foam rainbow. So these kind of experiences, these kind of activities are really engaging, and this is science related activities. Next slide, please. This is what I spoke about in the slides of simplifying the definitions. Actually roots hairs absorb water and nutrients from the soil. What we have done in here is we took 3 to 4 colors, and we dip a plant, and little by little child explore they observe how the water is going up from the plant, from the root itself. Root, that's why I mentioned in here, root hairs absorb water and nutrients from the soil. This word is very complex, but little by little, from activity based, in with the interactive sessions, we can develop and get the children involved to these activities and let them know what is the practical situation, and we can give the full knowledge related to these such complex words. Next slide, please. Yeah, these are the website references, the end of the session. You can just Google it and get this website to for your knowledge. Actually, these are very good websites for reference purpose. Thank you so much. I think this is the end of the presentation of science.
So high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through.